best friend, and they're going out like a dinosaur. Why they used to grow food in Kansas, then they want to roll on the moon and eat it raw.
You tell them, Bob Dylan.
I can see the day coming when even your home gardener's gonna be against the law.
I can see a day coming when even having your own garden is going to be against the law. Yeah, we used to grow corn in Kansas. Now we grow it on the moon and eat it raw. Sundown on the Union. Democracy don't rule the world. You better get that through your head. This world is ruled by violence.
Democracy don't rule the world. You better get that in your head.
This world is run.
This world is ruled by violence, but I guess that's better left unsaid.
And a man's gonna do what a man's gotta do.
From Broadway to the Milky Way, that's a lot of territory indeed.
Yeah, up there with their space planes. All right, we are going back to Tommy for the rest of this segment and the next, taking more of your calls at 800-259-9231. But Tommy, I wanted to briefly bring up all these new salmon they're coming out with other fish genes, insect genes. I mean, for me, that's the real environmental threat. But I'm not hearing that out of the major environmental groups.
The Franken salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the genetically modified foods, man. That's scary stuff.
And they don't even want, the FDA doesn't even want us to be able to have a label on it to make our own decision.
Exactly. I know, just everybody stay asleep, you know. They think that but you know, we're all waking up right now, and you know, I wanted to also mention today that it's Google's birthday. So I don't know if you've talked about the CIA Google connection lately, but in lieu of that, I would appreciate if the listeners would do a search for Collapsus, COLLAPSUS, plus energy plus conspiracy.
Collapsus, energy, conspiracy. You want the listeners to make that the #1 search term today, Tommy?
That would be great. The CIA #1 search term.
And then we can post this video to YouTube and call it Collapsus, energy, conspiracy.
Exactly. Well, you know, I mean, collapsus is it's Latin for collapse, and it's the thing that I've just been sort of obsessing about lately. Is just how everything is going to collapse eventually.
Well, that's a good search term, Collapsus, energy, conspiracy. Is that what you're saying you want it to be?
That would be great.
Well, it's our 21st search term. We made the #1 search terms last week, #1 and 2, on the same day. And so this is our maiden voyage. We're somebody else on the show. And we're going to have the social network launch soon. It's behind schedule, but soon we're going to have a system once a week where listeners can vote on what they want to be the top search term, and then we'll put it out on air. So here we have a listener slash guest, Tommy, Collapsus, energy, conspiracy. And we can certainly, as a little gift to the Google CIA people, expose what they're up to. Linda in Tejas, you're on the air. Welcome.
Thank you, Alex. A few of us started a group called Fluoride Free Austin a couple of years ago, and per your advice, we've been going to City Council every opportunity that we can, and they treat the fluoride situation as if it was a conspiracy theory as well. And 3 of us are speaking at City Council Communications this Thursday, and we need people to show up. If people have time to go to a football game in Austin, 10,000, 20,000 people at a football game, cannot we get 200 of your listeners to show up?
Well, that's the good news. That's the good news, is a lot of cities are removing it. A lot of mainstream hosts are, I mean, just Google, speaking of Google, fluoride bone cancer. In fact, do that. When we come back, I want to show it on screen. All these major studies at least doubles bone cancer and many other cancers. And so people should be down there demanding those swindling creatures down there get the poison out of our water. But they're a bunch of control freaks. Back in 70 seconds.